Your mind is your worst enemy. How's it, guys? So, on my left hand side today, I have Nadine TFX, and on my right hand side, I have Sohail TFX, and myself, Mo TFX. So, here today to explain to you guys uh, about psychology, how it affects us in the trading industry. Guys, psychology, we know we deal with this on a daily basis inside our office. You know, there's something that I've noticed that affects trading is, fear makes us close winning trades. When we get into that drawdown, and then for some reason we come to a point and we're like, you know what, as long as we get back to entry, we just want to close it. And sometimes when we close that trade, it takes us into like minutes and then hours, and then when we get back at breaking, we're like, okay, right, we're done. Let's just wait for our next setup. But then that trade was actually a winning trade. Now, how do we improve that on a daily when we can see trades? Do we actually close it and call it okay? We'd rather have a break even and just move on to the next setup.
Yeah, the whole point is to trust the setup. So if you in a trade, you rather set your TP and stop loss and let the trade play out. So in that way, you know you won't be having any kind of FOMO or any kind of missed good setups.
But sometimes you also have fear of when you're entering into the trades and it goes into profit, and the smallest amount of profit, you close your trade.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it happens to me, but there's sometimes I realize, what, just leave it. Let's see if it goes to TP. And those are the days where it goes to stop loss. And how do you break that down to make a solid decision based on it? So I just end up saying to myself, it's fine. Just get back at break even and then just wait for the next setup. And I think that's one of my best choices that I've made. Because even though we're like, oh shit, we should have held it. But then, I mean, guys, let's be honest, there's always a next setup. So just get back at break even, and your mind is at ease, and you look forward to the next one.
Definitely. So sometimes we also have greed. Sometimes when we enter our trades and we take losses for the day, and we try to make back those losses, instead of taking a little bit profit from your next setup, you try to make back all the loss that you made.
That's very true. Sometimes I've realized that, when we trade, we also need to adapt to the market conditions. Whether greed is something I feel it's just natural. It's just embedded in people. That, I mean, if you see money, guys, if you see 1,000 rand, you'll be like, I can make 1.5. But then the problem is, no problem, you make that 1.5, and then what happens the next day? It's a different story. So what that teaches us, just be disciplined. Sometimes the market will give you your potential, take profit, but then there are days where we should understand, okay, the conditions of this market is not that good. We're getting stuck into it. We just rather get out of it. Take whatever the market gives you on these days and just get out of it.
Better to have a break-even day than a stop-loss day.
Yeah, I mean, greed is something that we went through. I went through greed, and
Everyone
you end up
goes
blowing a lot of money. Yeah, I mean, greed keeps us holding the drawdown, right, for long, and when
having hope in
having
the-
hope into it, basically. And
trade being the right
with the market condition, I mean, I believe that there are certain levels that in order for the market to reach there, we should cut off our trade. But then how do we cut it? We cut those losses, because I mean, we can hold drawdown, but we can't hold
profit.
lose.
Yeah. Once you go into blues, you fear and you want
Exactly.
to just close your trades.
Correct. So I feel that you need to have a stop loss for guidance. Your stop loss helps you to save or cushion your capital. Because when you don't have a stop loss, you basically in hope of the trade. Because you know, okay, at 500 pips, this was your stop loss, and then you didn't put a stop loss, and then now you're at 800 pips, and your account is like maybe 30% or
Margin
40%
call.
threshold,
Sometime in
you know,
margin call.
and you know you're supposed to have a stop loss at a certain percentage, which will help you be disciplined. And it also helps you to gain confidence that you're not losing money at the same time. Because remember something, when you have a capital there and you have a certain stop loss, whatever risk to reward you're targeting, it should hold accountability to your capital, so that when you go in, when you hit a stop loss, you know, okay, you still have a balance
To
to
take
make to
another
take a
trade.
next trade. But now when you blow, you're sitting, you're doubting,
You're waiting for more
you're waiting for
funds.
more funds. Now you must go back deposit. It's sometimes it's just unnecessarily, and full margin is something we don't do. You know, I feel that it's more
Over
disciplined
leveraging.
trading. You need to have a target in place that you need to make a day.
And our target here is 1-to-1, the best.
1-to-1, you know, okay. But now this comes with obviously consistency and back testing what we do. And it shows us, okay, you have 5 trading days. And out of that 5 trading days, if you take 1 stop loss or 2, you're still profitable end of the week.
Correct.
Right? That's how it helps you to know whether you're profitable at the end of the week. And end of the day, guys, we all know that there are traders out there that have different risk to rewards. And every strategy works. It's just how you gain and backtest it that helps you to understand what works best for you.
100%.
But also at the same time, we don't want to be in the market too long, because we know anything can happen. So to preserve our capital, we know, okay, what we're getting into the market for. Once we achieve it, we're out, and it's basically done.
Yeah, I agree.
So for me, it's a very important thing that we should cut off our losses at a point where we need to have a stop loss in place that helps us to have that confidence and say, okay, yes, we still have a balance to go on to the next setup.
Preserve capital.
Exactly.
Another way to cut your losses is to not revenge trade.
Oh, revenge trading.
So that's basically gambling with emotion.
Correct.
When you take a trade and you hit your stop loss, just call it a break-even day if you're trying to recover, or accept the loss.
Correct.
So don't go back into the market
And wait for the next day,
and
basically.
look for a setup that's not there to then make back what you lost, because that's called trading with emotion. It's revenge trading.
No, 100%. For me, it's simple. Also, at the same time, you as a trader, you shouldn't be in competition with nobody but yourself. It's important to understand that we need to make money to survive. If we learn how to survive first, then we can go achieve big things. Use other traders as a guidance. Don't try to do what they're doing. That's where I think people do get it wrong, because they try to flip accounts. Yes, it's possible, but you got to work and do what's best for you, what fits your pocket end of the day.
And understand the market
Correct.
first.
Exactly. So, it boils down to so many different topics, like lack of confidence. It's a
No
big role.
discipline.
No discipline. Trusting the strategy that you use. These strategies do work. It's just that you as a trader don't have control.
And confidence in taking that.
Correct. Exactly my point. So how do we gain confidence is basically trusting your setup that you use. Don't hop, skip, and jump to different types of strategies. Do what's best for you. Backtest it. This is
Backtesting
a
is the main
job.
thing.
Yes, it's a job. It's not there just to click buy and sell. Backtest it. See how consistent is the strategy throughout the week. How many losses does the strategy take? How many TPs does it actually hit throughout the week? That will help you boost your confidence, so okay, this is what you're looking for. This is not what you should expect in the market with this type of strategy. And that's when you start boosting your confidence and your gains start to increase with a risk to reward, discipline. So yeah. So guys, my advice to you traders out there is master your psychology and you'll trade with clarity and not chaos. Remember, discipline, strategy controls your emotions, your mind. So if you have those in place, it will help your trading journey. But obviously, it comes with experience. How you gain those types of experience is by back testing and fixing and placing all these things together one by one.
Catch us